Well, hi, this is Linda, and welcome back to Hands That Cook. Somebody asked me a few days ago, don't they make baking powder biscuits anymore? You know, baking powder biscuits are old. That's an old way to make biscuits. And I have several biscuit recipes on my channel. But today, for this person, we're going to make baking powder biscuits. Old-fashioned baking powder biscuits. The recipe will be down below in the Show More section, so you don't have to catch everything. Now, the things you're going to need are cream of tartar, baking powder, of course, salt, buttermilk, and all-purpose flour. Alright, I put all of that together. You can get the ingredients below. I put it all together in a Ziploc bag and mixed it up real good. And I put it in the freezer for about an hour because I wanted it real cold. So it's all mixed. And this is 3 cups of flour here. I'm going to put it in a bowl. Now I've got one of these, and I have 2 of them. The other one is like little wires down here, and I didn't think that it would be strong enough to break up this butter. Now if you're going to use a stick and a half of butter in this, and for those of you that aren't in the United States, that is 12 tablespoons or 3/4 of a cup of butter. So that's what I'm going to put in next. I'll put it in the refrigerator so it would stay cold. You want it as cold as you can get it. I cut it up, as you can see, into smaller pieces so it would be easier to cut. And I'll tell you, I think I'm going to try to cover this up. Now I'm just going to incorporate the butter into all of these things that I have mixed already. The salt, the baking powder, the cream of tartar, and the flour. And this is all-purpose flour. I'm getting this all mixed in into decent sized little chunks. And remember, it's cold. And I chilled the flour because I thought in the long run it would make a better biscuit. Now I'm not going to bake all these biscuits, but I'm going to make them all up. I'm going to bake a few for you all, and then those that I don't, they'll still be cut out. I'm going to put them in the freezer and get them frozen, and then put them in a Ziploc bag. And when I get ready to use them, I'll take out what I want, set them on the tray I'm going to bake them on, and I just let them sit there until my oven heats up. And you're going to heat your oven to 425 degrees. Anyway, with the frozen biscuits, then once the oven gets heated, I just put them in and let them bake. These probably will take about 15 minutes. Now it's going to depend on how big you make your biscuits. I don't know what size my biscuit cutter is. I haven't measured it, but this is it. I figure that's about the size of a biscuit. Let me get the butter out from in here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut you off for the time being. I'm going to finish getting this combined, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I got that all mixed up. I'm going to make a little well in the center. And I'm going to add a cup of buttermilk. You can use sweet milk if you like. I just like the taste of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have a pastry blender, which is what this is called, just use 2 knives. You don't have to run out and buy a pastry blender, but I'll tell you, it does make it easier. Alright, we're going to start mixing these up. And you may need a little more buttermilk, you know, you may need a little more milk in it if they're too dry. And I'm going to finish doing this off camera, but I'll bring you back to show you what they look like. Alright, I did have to add a little more buttermilk to it because it was just too dry. And you see there's still dry particles down in there. And I'm going to pour this. I've got a little bit of plastic wrap on my counter. And I'm going to, let me get over here. I'm just going to pour it out. Crumbs and all. There we go. And that's about got it right there. And for some reason, and I don't know really the reason, is these biscuits, you have to, you just have to knead them a couple of times. So I'm going to do that now. I think it needs a little bit of flour on top, which I'll do that. And I'm going to take it and knead it, just to, I guess, to get it to gather together better. And of course, I don't know, you know, buttermilk, these baking powder biscuits, it's old. I mean, people just don't make them anymore much. So at least, you know, not since I've been making biscuits. I imagine a lot of the older people do make them. And it's a good recipe to have. Any good recipe, any good biscuit recipe is a good recipe to have, don't you think? Alright, this plastic wrap was a mistake. But I've already started it, so I'm gonna try to finish with it. See, it's still sticky on the bottom. And I'll just put some flour on it. My counters are clean, y'all, and my hands are clean. And I'm gonna, you can roll them out. I didn't get my rolling pin out, so I'm just gonna press them down. I've got my oven preheated to 425. About a ½ inch thick. And getting as close to the edge as I can. Because if you don't, you're wasting dough. And no biscuit usually is as good as the first ones you cut out, because you've handled the dough less. So every time you have to re-roll, your biscuits aren't as good. Usually. Sometimes they are. Alright. I'll get all these out. I think I am. Oh, was this plastic wrap was a mistake. I should have gotten out my pastry cloth. I love that thing. So here's one that I'm going to bake. And another that I'm going to bake. And I'm going to finish rolling these out. I mean, cutting them out and getting them on a tray to freeze. And I'm going to cut you off for that, and then we'll be back again. Alright, we're back. This is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 biscuits that I'm going to freeze to use at a later time. And this is exactly how I freeze them, and I'll pull them off this tray when they get frozen. Now, all of my biscuits wouldn't fit in there, so I have a tray of 4 that I'm going to put in the oven right now at 425 degrees, and I think it'll take about 15 minutes, but we'll see. In they go. I will be back when they're done. Our biscuits are done. These took, I don't know, about 15 or 16 minutes. I must have made them larger than they should. Oh, they're so light. Now this one is the dough that I had left over. I don't know if they call that a cat's paw. Woo! Or what they call it, but you can see that it's, you know, it's not shaped right. The bottom is fine. Give them another one. Oh, they just feel wonderful. I'll pass that to Sam. They're lightly browned. Let's see. There it is.
Ooh, they're hot.
Are they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be, aren't they?
Yeah. So you got butter and you've got sugar-free jelly. See, the knife is hot from going into the biscuit. So. Ooh.
Well, you gotta butter them while they're hot or it won't melt.
Yeah, that's true. When you cut the next one open, I want them to see the inside of it so that they can see that they are light and fluffy, y'all.
Well, they certainly are light.
Can you cut the other one open for them?
Sure. All
Now, it's a little misshaped because that was the last of the dough. Oh well. Look at the inside of that biscuit. Let me get down there.
Oh, I mean, the texture's great. It's just not shaped as the other.
How is it?
It's delicious. It's got that old-fashioned biscuit taste. Light and fluffy on the inside, and the bottom is a little crunchy. Yeah, it's actually, I like these are my favorite biscuits now.
Well, they're old-fashioned. It'd be like your grandmother getting up in the morning and making biscuits instead of the newfangled way.
Well, usually I'm an old-fashioned eater anyway, but these are great.
All right, guys, that's how you make baking powder biscuits.
Try
the recipe will be below.
If you like biscuits, you'll love them.
And they're light and fluffy. And Sam doesn't have a joke today, so
No, it's been a depressing week. My dog's been sick.
all right. Thank you for coming in and spending part of your day with me. I always appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and hit that little bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Until next time, you all take care, and God bless every one of you.